Hi, it's Eric White. Sometimes when you're exploring OpenXML markup, you want to see the markup in a simplified form. Sometimes there are aspects to the markup that can obfuscate the markup and make it hard to see what you're actually looking for. As part of the Power Tools for OpenXML project, I wrote a little class called MarkupSimplifier. The MarkupSimplifier class can remove various aspects of OpenXML markup from the main markup of the document that you're working with. This can sometimes make it significantly easier to see what's going on. MarkupSimplifier is a class, so as it comes in the Power Tools for OpenXML, you actually have to build a little application to use it. To make it easier to work with the MarkupSimplifier, I've built a little MarkupSimplifier application that allows you to set certain parameters and then simplify the markup of a document. Let me show you how that works. After you've downloaded MarkupSimplifierApp.zip, first thing you need to do is, of course, extract everything. Start Visual Studio and run the application. Here you can see the various options that you can set when you run the MarkupSimplifier. Next thing I'm going to do is go create a document that has some markup that I want to simplify. Now I'm going to insert some text. I'm going to turn on revision tracking. I'm going to add a comment. I'm going to add a couple of bookmarks. And I'm going to add a content control around the entire paragraph. I'm going to save it and close it. Let's take a look at that markup as it exists. Open the document, format the XML. There we can see a content control, we can see a bookmark, we can see RSID info, we can see some revision tracking markup, we can see markup that delineates the comment. Let's close this and simplify it. I'm going to tell the MarkupSimplifier to remove content controls, remove RSID info, remove comments, remove bookmarks. Now let's take a look at that markup. There's the cleaned up paragraph. Sometimes you might want to do something like take a look at the markup for a field code. I'm going to insert a field code. If the date is equal to 4/22/2011, I'm going to have the text in the document read that it is April 22nd, and if that condition proves false, then I'm going to have the text in the document be it is not April 22nd. Update the field code and we can see in fact it is April 22nd. Now I'm going to press Alt F9 to go back to the field code view, and let's say that revision tracking were turned on, and let's say that there were various aspects of formatting and comments that were added to this field code. I've indicated that that is bold. I'm going to insert a comment here. Here I'm going to insert a bookmark. I'm going to save it and close it. Let's take a look at that markup. Format the XML document. Here we see comment range start, we can see some RSID info, we can see the instructional text. In some cases the instructional text is broken up into multiple segments. It's a little bit hard to see exactly what's going on here. Let's close that document. Let's run Markup Simplifier. I'm going to have the Markup Simplifier remove content controls, RSID info, comments, and bookmarks. Now let's take a look at the markup. All of that extraneous markup has been removed. We can see the filled char element with a filled char type of begin, separate, and end. These are key elements associated with field codes. The instructional text for the field code is simplified. We can see the instructional text all in a single line. This is significantly easier to view than the markup with those other features in the markup. That's all I'm going to show in this video. Thanks for watching.